Hi, my name is Daphne Bendayan. I'm 19 years old. I'm a freshman and I'm going to be majoring in architecture.
My name is Kayla Berkebile. I'm a sophomore. I'm 20 years old and I'm studying health science.
My name is Madison Bergstrom. I'm 19 years old and I'm majoring in business.
I'm Sebastian Bello. I'm 21 and I'm majoring in exercise science.
Hello, I'm Diego Bilancieri. I'm 20 years old. I'm a sophomore and my major is data science analytics.
And we're going to be looking at the double portrait with hat by Dora Maar.
We're going to be examining this art piece through multiple analytical lenses, specifically focusing on the formal elements of value, space, lighting, and texture and pattern.
Value is the lightness or darkness of a color, and it adds dimension in a piece, giving it a sense of volume and three-dimensionality. Mars' emphasis of value enhances the visual narrative and emotional resonance, allowing the double figure of the woman to emerge from the background, drawing viewers into her world, creating an intimate vibe. By manipulating light and dark, she incorporates various factors into her art piece through value. Through contrast, the use of varying values help the figures stand out. The lighter values on the faces draw attention to her different expressions, while the darker values in the background add depth. Using symbolism, Mar evidently reveals the complexities of the relationship between the woman's two versions of herself. The interplay of light and dark suggests the differences in her perceived emotions and personalities compared to the true, vulnerable version of herself.
Texture and pattern. Texture and pattern are essential to communicating emotional complexity. The painting's layered, fractured facial features, which were influenced by surrealism and cubism, produce a dynamic surface texture. Dora Maar uses strong, contrasting brushstrokes and overlapping planes to create a feeling of depth and variation throughout the canvas. The portrait's focal point, the hat, is decorated with elaborate patterns that stand out against the smooth face. This pattern accessory adds movement and rhythm to the portrait, grabbing the viewer's attention and adding a touch of mystery to the composition. The texture pattern can reflect the physiological complexity and duality present in the portrait. The portrait provokes deeper reflection on identity and perception. Furthermore, the painting's dreamlike quality is enhanced by the interaction of texture and pattern.
Space in relation to the art by Mar. The composition is dominated by a central figure whose profile is fragmented into overlapping planes. There's a clever manipulation of positive and negative space. The face occupies the foreground, while the background is kept dark and abstract, creating a strong contrast that emphasizes the subject. The layering effect also adds a sense of depth, creating a dynamic and almost surreal spatial arrangement. In my eyes, the artwork is perfectly spaced out, where there's never too much going on and nor is there ever nothing going on.
I'm going to be analyzing the lighting of this art piece. The lighting for this portrait was very intentional and not traditional. She edited the lighting of this art piece to convey a surreal, dreamlike aesthetic to the viewer. She created this piece by combining two negatives of the same photo and painting onto the background. She also scraped and lifted the emulsion to get her final look. This created shadows and lighting that make the art look mysterious, emotional, and deep. This formal element is pivotal in portraying a mystical and almost illusion-like art style. She manipulated the lighting of the photograph so it looks as though the light is emerging from the woman's soul. I personally relate to this art piece because it looks as though the muse is looking into her side profile. To me, this connects how I overanalyze my insecurities in the mirror or in pictures taken of myself.
Shape. In this portrait by Dora Maar, the formal element of shape plays an important part in defining the figures and creating a sense of volume and presence. The artist used shape to outline the faces and clothing, which does help to determine the identity of the portrait while also showing a unified composition. In my eyes, the shape contributes to the work's overall sense of harmony and balance, which draws my attention to the interaction between the usage of an oval and triangular shapes in the figure.
And that's the presentation. Thank you so much for listening.